And I think we're live. Yay! Are we live? I can see myself. We are live. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to 5 AM trading. I'm your gracious host, David, not Burry, because we are bullish now, not bearish. And this short live stream is gonna be short because I'm really hungry. I'm gonna look at Bitcoin. We had a nice pump. I'm gonna look where we are going with the Bitcoin. Maybe some altcoins, Ethereum, Cardano. I will show you my trade, and it's a good one. So let's see. Anyways, first of all, my trade. So what I did yesterday is this. Let me show you. Still not super big trades, but I'm learning. So initially yesterday in a live stream I was talking about this pennant formation. You see from here to here. Okay, maybe let me remove all drawing tools. So yesterday I was talking about this pennant formation right here on the 5 minute and 15 minute, and I said if we go above it, then we might open a long. If we close significantly below it, we might open a short. And I said I'm more, if I remember correctly, I said I'm more bullish than bearish. So it turned out that this pennant began, so it didn't want really to break out. It just went and was building and building and building, and it just created a big nice bullish pennant like this, and the pole is of course this height. The target is of course the height of the pole, which is somewhere around 45,000. So what I did is I was waiting for something decisive to happen, and also I saw that RSI is going down like this. The RSI. What I've noticed is that every time we have some kind of pennant like this, and we see the RSI also going down like this, what I've noticed is that after this we tend to break up, so break to the upside. And also what I've noticed, if the RSI goes not like this, but instead goes like this, bam, 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 bam. So what I'm doing on the RSI, I don't try to look at the peaks and highs and so on. Instead, I'm looking, is it overall bouncing back and forth to the downside like this, or bouncing back and forth to the upside. So what I've seen many times, it's not completely confirmed, but what I've seen is if the RSI like is bouncing back like this, go up and up and up and up and up and up, and the price also goes like this, bouncing back and forth, up and up and up and up and up and up. Very often you see a drop after this, and vice versa. If the RSI is doing this bouncing up and down like this, then quite often, like we saw here, it went up. So this was one reason for me to be bullish, and the other one is just that we had this falling wedge pennant, whatever you call it. So and it broke out somewhere right here, somewhere after it broke this upper line. So after it broke this line, this trend line, this resistance line. So after it broke it the first time, I started looking. Then it went down, and somewhere around here, I started to open the trade. So I opened the position. Then when we went lower, then I added to the position with limit orders. So I ended up having a position. So after breaking this, I started looking right here somewhere. I opened first position, no, higher, somewhere here. I opened the order, then right here I added to the position right here as well. My stop loss was initially somewhere here, and yeah, and then we shoot up. I also had my taking profits in these areas and somewhere here as well. So a little bit of profit has already been automatically taken out of my trade. And then this morning, very early, I just woke up and I looked at this and I saw that we are somewhere right here. And at this moment, I could close my complete position and just take my money. But I decided to go for the bigger ride, so I just moved the stop loss and profit. So from here, I just took my stop loss, which was here, and moved it here. You can see it in profit. So I cannot lose money anymore. And I had two partial stop losses. One is right here, then another one was somewhere around here, and it was closed. So of course I could make more money, but no problem. So anyways, I decided to not close the trade right here, just to wait for the retest and bounce back. And so that's the current situation. What I expect next is, or what I hope to see is this. So this area right here seems to be quite important. We broke the neckline right here, or let's say this area, also this area seems all to be very important. So what I want to see right now is a little retest of these levels and go back up and establish in this area. And at some point I hope to add to my position. So if I will not be closed out right here, I will hope to open to add to my position. So let's see what kind of trend lines we can draw right now. So this, if we connect on 15 minutes, this high and this high, we have a resistance which we broke out of, definitely, once again. And so this is overall kind of a like falling pennant that we broke out of, and we now are retesting this kind of. Maybe if we go to 30 minutes or 1 hour, it will be even more beautiful. No, it's about that. So we are kind of retesting these levels, and hopefully we go up from here. And after we go up, after we establish the price above here, I will be looking for a level to add to my position. So let's see what would be the definite level to add. Maybe we can draw something like this. If this is gonna be some kind of a tilted W like this, and we break above it and stay above it, then I think it's a good time to add to my position. So that's my reasoning right now. What else? Also, another very cool thing that I tried yesterday is the following. So as soon as we see a channel or a pennant where the price bounces back and forth in this manner, so as soon as we something like this, okay, actually let me move this trend line down to the closes of the candles, to the bodies. You see, like this. As soon as we have, I'm just looking Maybe I should close the trade already right now. I don't want to be stopped out here. This is what I'm thinking. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, it's not a big position. No problem. Wait, I want to see if we have any comments. Okay, I'm gonna be stopped out. No problem. Here's live streaming. Where is my live stream? Okay, anyways, if you have comments, you can write it right here. So okay, let me get back to what I was saying. So a very cool thing that I discovered yesterday, what I can do, and I started testing it. So I'm on the 15-minute. I connect the bodies of the candles for the resistance line. Let me make it thicker. So the thing I discovered is this. So as soon as you see something like this happening, some bouncing back and forth inside a channel like this, you can almost expect, so the probability is quite high that after reaching these levels we will bounce again, because before it breaks out, it touches the resistance or the support line a couple of times. So what you can do is you can place, instead of just waiting for a breakout, for example, to the upside right here, and then placing a long order right here, you can do something else. Because if you open a long position right here, it's not the perfect entry, because you will still be in the negative for some time, and you will hope for the bounce and so on. A much better position is, of course, somewhere around here. So if everything looks rather bullish like it did yesterday, the RSI like this, we have a bullish pennant. So in this case, you might say, okay, instead of waiting for the breakout to open my position, I'm gonna open a trade right here. But of course, then you would, then you might be thinking, okay, if I open the trade right here, what happens? What if the trade then just continues downwards? What then? It's a bad idea to open the long trade right here. But no, it is not, because what you can do is the following. On Bybit, what you do is you predict roundabout where the price will go to. For example, if we are at this point, so nothing to the right has happened yet. So let's say we are right here, and we want to go with this strategy. What we see is that we have probably a channel like this, and we can almost predict that after the price reaches this point, that it will bounce back up. Or later, at this point, for example, we can almost predict that if the price goes to this levels, it will bounce back up. So what you can do is you can roundabout predict where the next week will be. So for example, if we look at the previous weeks, here's one week, and then go back up. Here's 1 week, and then we go back up. And so you can you see that in this area right here, you have for some reason Bybit sometimes just likes to restart everything. I think it's so stupid. I hate it. Just refreshes, and now I think now I have lost all my previous drawings. No, I hate it. This is what I really hate about Bybit. It just sometimes just refreshes the page. Ah, fuck you. Now I probably lost all my initial drawings. Okay, it doesn't matter. Back to the strategy. So the strategy, basically, what you want to do is you want to recognize a channel. You see, oh, we have a channel. Then you see, okay, which way are we gonna go overall? So it's probably a bullish pennant. So we're probably going up. So what you're trying to do is, instead of waiting for the breakout right here, which would be another perfect entry, you try to get an entry at these levels, at the lower bottom of the at the bottom of this channel. So you can just put your limit orders right here, and right here. And of course, if you do it, you will be also thinking, oh, what if it goes down like this, or right here? What if it breaks to the downside? You can just set on Bybit. You can set a limit order to limit buy order, for example, right here, or right here, and you can program it in it that it will immediately, automatically put a stop loss right here. So in the case, so what we want to do is we want to catch this little wicks. This is what we want to do. But in the case that it turns out to be not a wick but a complete breakdown, you just say, okay, I'm gonna put a stop loss right here for this little trade. For example, you would say, okay, at this point I want to set a limit buy order for $1,000, and if the price continues to go down, let's say, for example, how much am I willing to lose on this? So okay, I'm okay with losing like $3 on it, or $4. So you see how much it should be going down for you to lose $4. For example, if you set a limit order right here, limit buy order right here, then you look for 0.4% retracement. It would be somewhere around here. So you program automatically to set the stop loss right here. So if this limit order gets filled, you will automatically have a stop loss for the same size position right here. So you will, if it just continues down, then you will like lose $3 to $4 if you open a $1,000 position. So you lose almost nothing. It's very little that you lose, but the upside is super nice, because then you have just opened a super nice entry position for your long trade, which will possibly go even longer. And it's just awesome. So yesterday I did this strategy right here, and I wanted to price right here. So I set a limit order at this level with a stop loss somewhere around here. But I canceled the order because the price went down, and I thought, oh no, it's not gonna work. That's gonna work. Let me not fuck around with this. But it would have worked if I just didn't touch it, you know. So the next time I did not remove it. The next time I set a similar strategy, a limit order. I believe it was somewhere around here. I set a limit buy order somewhere around here, I believe, and I programmed a possible stop loss somewhere around here, and also I programmed a taken profit around this area. So it was, and it all turned out well. So it opened right here. It didn't reach the stop loss. It went up, and at this point it automatically closed this little position, which was, I believe, $750 or something. So it was a little test, and it's working really nice. And now, of course, if you want to try this strategy, of course, you want to know exactly where do you place this limit buy orders. And the first important level to look at is, of course, the bottom. So if you want to place limit buy orders, then the first important level is the bottom of this falling channel. And after you have the bottom, you look at the previous wicks. So these are the important points, because, for example, right here you have a wick, you have here a wick, you have here a wick, you have here a wick. And okay, let's say this wick didn't happen yet, yeah? We are somewhere around here, okay? So the future didn't happen yet. And so what you can do is you can say, okay, we have wicks here, and a wick, what does it mean, having wicks? It just means that at this area, buyers, the bulls, will step in and buy everything up. So if the price goes to these levels, the bulls will step in and buy everything up. And they did it right here. They did it right here. As the price went down, bulls bought everything up. The price went right here, bulls bought everything up. So you kind of can expect something like this to happen again. You can even draw some kind of cushion below this channel, like a safe cushion, like safe bag. Let's do it. So this. So you can almost say that in this area, buyers will step in. Why? Because you have, no, it's actually wrong. It's a, let me, so from here to here, you can almost expect the buyers to step in and buy everything up. So for the future, so if we are right here, we can see this cushion, we can see this wick, so we kind of expect that the price will probably reach these levels roundabout. And what we want to do is we just set this limit buy orders right here, and the stop loss, the automatic stop loss order, should be then somewhere below where you expect the price to go the highest. So what we can do is we can also connect the previous wicks. So we can just go and do something like this. We connect these previous wicks like this. So we can say, oh, probably after, if the price drops again, probably it will at least touch this line and probably will go even lower. So it will, let's say, you can estimate that the price probably will not go lower than this, roundabout, because it will go just below the previous week's trend line and then go back up. So you have your stop buy limit order somewhere around here, because you hope the price to reach these levels, and so you can open your long trade, and you program it to to have a stop loss. Like if you open a trade for $1,000 and you are willing to lose $4 on it, on this weak strategy, then you go go down and look where is 0.4%. Right here would be 0.4%. So if you set a stop loss to buy right here, this stop loss, the stop loss order would be then at this level, like this. I hope I did okay explaining it. Let me see if you have maybe some comments or questions, suggestions. It sounds a little bit more complicated than it is. I think you do understand the basic idea. What makes it a little bit more complicated is the details that I'm explaining. So the basic idea is, instead of opening your long trade on the breakout right here, which would be not a perfect entry point, you try to open your long trade at the bottom of the channel, if you see a channel, somewhere at the bottom of the channel, which is a much better entry. So in order to do this, first you find the bottom of the channel by just connecting the bodies of the channel like this. Then you look for the wicks. The wicks tell you where you have strong buying pressure, and you just connect the wicks and you can estimate where the next wicks will be. So somewhere around here, for example, like I said, you can set your limit buy orders, and the stop loss should be how much you are willing to lose. And the beautiful thing about opening a long trade right here is that your risk level is super low. It's really low. It's like if you open a trade right here, long trade, like let's go with $1,000. You open a trade right here for $1,000, and you put your stop loss below the previous low, like here, right? Then your risk is 1.8%, which means in the worst case scenario, if the price goes down to these levels where you put your stop loss up on this entry, you will lose $18. 1.8% times $1,000, you would lose $18 right here. It's a risk of 1.8%. But if you open your long trades in this area, first of all, the risk will be super low. So instead of 1.8%, you have 0.4% risk. It's much lower. $18 loss potentially here, $4 loss potentially right here. And the second benefit that you have from this strategy is that you even get paid to open the limit orders. Right here, if you open a market order, you will have to pay the fees. Right here, if you set a limit order, you will actually get paid for placing this order. So you win, and even if it goes down, so let's say you open a long trade for $1,000 right here. First of all, you already made money right here because you will be paid for opening a limit order. So placing a limit order. So you already made a little bit of money. So even if it closes later, your loss is reduced by the fees you got paid. Actually, you get it. So it's massively more profitable to open a long trade at the bottom of the channel if you expect it to go higher. Of course, if it's something of the opposite, you do the same with a short. If you, for example, know that this area is super strong resistance on many levels on the daily chart, you see that it's a super strong resistance and will probably bounce, be rejected by it, and you also see maybe a rising wedge or something, then you can set limit short orders at the top of the channel, or at the top of any structure what you have. So I really like this strategy. So I already made a little bits of money using it, and I hope for the big ride. So initially you see I did not do the strategy completely like I just told you. So the first order that I did was somewhere right here on the breakout. So after I saw a breakout of this channel, I opened this long order, and it was a bad entry. Then I later, after we went down, I added to my position, I doubled it, and my entry went down, of course. So my entry was initially right here. Then I added some money right here with the stop loss, with this limit order, and my entry dropped from here to here. So right now it's here, my entry. But yeah, I would be much better off if I would just open right away right here. It would be awesome. So next time I will pay attention and do it like this. So I hope it makes sense and it's not confusing. Let me see if you have some comments or questions. So if you do, then let me know. I'm trying to read the comments. So yeah, that's the strategy. If you have a bullish flag or pennant, probably you might want to open at the bottom of the channel and the structure. So okay, what else is important right now? Let's see. So this is my trade situation. I know it's a small trade because I'm still playing around before opening bigger trades, but my plan is to add to the position later, somewhere around this area, after we establish and for example make a W, something like this. Oh, again, Bybit just decides to refresh the page. What a fucking stupid bullshit feature. Okay, so let me go back. I really hate this fucking refreshing bullshit. Again, so my plan for the next for this trade is this, that we create maybe some type of W like this and break above it right here and establish these levels. Then I will probably add to my position. Let's see, maybe I can add to my position earlier. So maybe it's gonna be some kind of broadening wedge, something like this. If it's gonna be something like this, then probably I would be better off adding to my position, not right here, but here already. Okay, this is what I'm gonna be watching. But right now I don't see any obvious structure. Like right here with the pennant, it was very obvious, a channel, very obvious. So I could work with this strategy and add to my trade at the bottom of the channel. But right now I don't see any super obvious structures. So I have to see the obvious structures first. Maybe let's go to 1 hour and see. Maybe we can recognize some structures. Okay, at this point I don't even know if it's gonna be a pennant or whatever. So let's just wait and see what we have. Maybe we'll have something like this, which will be a slightly rising channel,
and then we will act accordingly. Alright, so that's it for my trade. Let me try to get back all my drawings. I hope I can still get them despite of all the refreshing. No, you see, because Bybit decided to refresh the page, it's so stupid. I lost all my drawings. Fuck you, Bybit refresher. Alright, then let's look at the big picture of Bitcoin right now on TradingView. Let's see. Okay, maybe you have some comments. No. Alright. So let's take a look at Bybit. Or at TradingView. So this is actually what I was talking about before, about the cushion. We had the channel right here, and we had this kind of cushion, like the place where we have strong buying pressure. Why do we say we have strong buying pressure here? Because of the wicks, you know. So yeah. Alright, let's look at the 4 hour. And of course we have a weekend, so it might be wild. Let me switch to another chart. Maybe Bitfinex. I want to see a cleaner chart. Alright, let's look at the 4 hour chart, Bitcoin. So basically what happened is that we pumped up, we broke this super important neckline. It was a multiple bottom structure with the neckline somewhere around here. It's a very ugly W, something like this. So we broke above it, and it's very bullish that we broke about this 41,000 and we stayed above it. It's super bullish. And so right now, of course, we want to know, are we going down on Bitcoin, or will we continue higher? So to answer this question, let's look at other important lines. So first of all, we have this support line, this line right here. So this is not a logarithmic chart, so right here we have this support line. Meaning, if we retrace and go down, we'll probably bounce from it. So that is nice. We have this little support right here. Should we go down, we probably will be supported by it. But there are more important, bigger lines to watch out for. Let's take a look at this God line. This is what I call it, the God line. If we just connect the all-time high to the next low, we have this line. Actually, you can do it on the daily. If we go to the daily chart, so you can see we connect the previous tops, the all-time high and the lower high afterwards. We have this huge line, and it's a super strong resistance. Of course, if we after approaching these levels, we will need a big power force to break through it. And it's not the only resistance line that we have at this point. If we connect the previous daily highs, which are these two, we see that the lines cross exactly at where we are today and tomorrow. So it increases the resistance right here. We have also this little pivot line, but you can draw it only on 4 or 1 hour chart. Let's see. Yeah, you can draw this line on the 4 hour chart. If we connect this wick, this low and this low, we end up having this little pivot line. Let me make it thicker. Seems to be important because we bounced, we were rejected exactly at this area, actually. At this point, right here. You see? We approached this violet line, and then we were rejected, and then we bounced from the neckline. So this line seems to be important as well. Alright. So we have 3 lines of potential resistance. The God line from above. We have this previous resistance from the daily, connecting the previous highs. We have this pivot line, violet, and I believe we have some resistance and support area about 44,000. Maybe on the daily or on the 4 hour chart. So let's see. It was kind of important. Let me go to the daily. So yeah, on the daily chart you see we have two weeks connecting right here. We have here 2 weeks and here 1 week. So we could just, so this seems to be a quite important, and here as well a little one. So this seems to be a quite important level of support and resistance. So I think we cannot just discount it. So it adds to our resistance point right here. So what does that mean? Because the question that we want to answer is, are we going down or we will continue higher? So what's going to happen? So I think it's pretty much obvious that this is a super strong point of resistance right here. We have all the resistance lines converging here. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of resistance converging, crossing right here. So I think it's very likely that we'll be rejected at least at $43,000, $44,000. So realistically, what can pretty much happen is that we do something like this. We go up and down until we reach this level. Maybe we will move in a zigzag fashion inside this channel. Or yeah, somewhere around here. Between this, we have this as support, we have this support, and we have these resistance lines. So we will probably be dancing inside these lines, something like this, and then ultimately right here we will probably be rejected and we will have to retest this area. So the most optimistic scenario that I have is, of course, that we bounce back and forth inside this support and resistance area, then just smash through it for some reason, maybe some big news, smash through it like this, establish right here, and then retest this area. This would be the most optimistic, which I think is not very likely. I think what is more likely is that we bounce back and forth is inside this this little area, and then get some rejection and retest at least this level again. And of course, if we break this level, then we retest the next levels and so on. But what we need to see is what Bitcoin will do at this area. If it will be rejected and break this pink line, pink support line, and also this support line, which is our neckline, then we will most definitely retest all the previous lows, which is around this area, this area, this area, this area. So should we be really rejected by these resistance lines and go below the support line and the neckline, then we will probably retest at least some of these levels before we head up higher. And it would be actually very healthy, because in order to establish a uptrend in this area, we need to create a higher low. Let me show you on the daily. So before this pump of the previous 12 days, what we had was a very bearish direction. So Bitcoin went down. Why? Because we had it was a downtrend, because we created lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low again. And then for the first time we created a higher low, a higher high. But it's the uptrend is not confirmed yet. The uptrend is only confirmed after we create a higher high, then go down and create a higher low. So this was the previous low, and the next low must be higher, and then it will be a truly bullish uptrend. So it will be. So what I'm saying is, it will be very helpful and healthy if we go down for a bit and then go back. So yeah, that's the Bitcoin situation, and also we have a weekend, so some volatility is to be expected. Actually, let's see if you have some comments, some questions. Not yet. All right. So. Oh. Let's see what my trade is doing real quick. Oh wait, why I don't see my... Something is wrong right here. I don't see my position. I need to refresh the page. Let me refresh. And yes, of course, I have small position size because I'm still testing, playing around with it. But I will expand the position hopefully very soon. And I hope my trade will not be stopped out. But it looks like I'm gonna be closed out right here. Let me see, maybe I should just... Oh, I see another thing. Maybe I can draw a trend line on the 15 minutes. So my question right now is, should I close my position right now or not? Or just wait so I can... Oh, we actually we broke this 15-minute trend line, so we're probably gonna go down lower. So you see, we connect this low with this low, and we broke below it, and we retest it. So we're probably gonna go lower for the next few hours. We're probably gonna do something like this. Why? Because we have this trend line right here as a support. This trend line, it was our resistance. We broke above it, so it's now support. But we broke this trend line, so we're probably gonna do something like this. So for me, it makes no sense actually in keeping this position. Probably I would be better off right now waiting for something like this to happen and then go back up again, so I can open a new trade somewhere around this area with a tight stop loss right here, because I expect the price to create some kind of W like this. And so yeah, let me think. Should I just close my position right now? Yeah, it makes sense to close it because we broke this support line. Okay, it makes no sense to hold on to this trade as of now. It's not a lot of money, but I want to make correct, right decisions. So later, if I'm working with bigger size positions, I will also do the right thing. So let's see. Let me actually take a real quick look on the 1 minute, because 1 minute very often can tell you which way we are going, what is the direction. Also, I will take a look at Market Cipher or Market Liberator. They are basically the same. So the VWAP is crossing down on 1 minute, so we are heading lower. Red, the money flow is going in the red. The only two bullish indications is that the histogram, the red histogram, is curving up, and also we had a trigger wave right here. We had a little anchor wave and trigger wave, so probably we're gonna curve up like this. So, well, it's quite probable that the price will first go a little bit higher. But we have mixed indications. The VWAP is crossing down, but everything else is bullish. Oh, actually, right now the VWAP on 1 minute is trying to go above the zero line. Yeah, looks good. So maybe if we can count on this anchor wave and trigger wave, maybe we can see some bullish action right here. Let's take it 3 minutes. Alright. So the 3 minute looks bad as well, because we just crossed the money flow. You see the green money flow just turned into red. So very soon we should go lower, I believe. But before that, we probably will go a little bit higher, because the momentum waves are rising. So maybe what's gonna happen is the momentum waves do something like this and then go down again. And the VWAP is also going up. So we have again mixed signals. We have the VWAP that's trying to curve up, which is good. We have the trigger waves, the momentum waves curving up, which is good. But at the same time, the money flow is red. So I'm not sure. Let me see. Actually, let's see what happened the last time at this point when the green money flow went down. Right here. Yeah, as soon as the money flow went down, we went down further. Yeah, just a matter of time. The bullish signals will not save us, I think. So, okay. Probably I'm gonna close this position, but maybe we can have something like this happening so I can close my position. Let's see. So yeah, maybe if we close the 15-minute above these previous 3 candles, so there's a reversal pattern, candle pattern, which is you have a several 3 to 4 bearish candles like red, like this, and then you have a one big ass candle which engulfs at least one of the previous candles, but ideally a couple of those. And if something like this happens, then the price goes up for a bit. So even if you have a downtrend, then the price might continue go upwards for a bit before it goes down again. And if we had a uptrend, then it would be even stronger. Then it would be going much higher, most probably. So, alright, but it's 10 minutes to wait. Not sure if we can. Let's look at the 5-minute. No, on the 5-minute it looks bad. We have many engulfing bearish candles. But we have one engulfing bullish candle right here, which is quite nice. Usually it's also like a 2-line strike. We have bearish candle, and a big green engulfing bullish candle. And after this, very often what we'll see, even in a downtrend, that we see something like this, and then this. But can I count on this? I'm not sure. This is also good because this candle is engulfing the previous bearish, the previous bullish reversal candle. I think it's a what's it called? Shooting star, doji. Anyways, doesn't matter. We have a candle with a small body and a long wick, which is basically indecisiveness. And if the next candle after this candle is engulfing bullish, then that's bullish. That's indicating that we are going probably higher, at least for a bit. So maybe I should close my position somewhere in this area. Should we go in this direction? Yeah, I want to make right decisions right now with small size, small position size, so I can learn. Let's go back to 15 minutes. Yeah, ideally it would be perfect if we close the 15-minute in 8 minutes, somewhere above this or even this candles. It would be perfect, because then we might be looking at these levels where I could close my trade. But for now, let me just move my stop loss first. So I don't want to be stopped out at my entry. So my current risk at this moment is just hoping that we don't go below this wick, this little wick. And hoping that we will gonna have an engulfing candle in 7 minutes, engulfing bullish candle, so I can close my position. And again, I think closing the position right now makes much more sense than holding to it, because it's nice music. Let me freestyle to it. Yeah, oh no, I shouldn't do it. Let me go on with my trading shit. Okay, so where was I? I was saying that this that this position should be closed even if we go higher, because we broke this trend line. Actually, you know what? If we manage to go back above this 15 minutes support line, this one, let me make it red. Let's make it red. Let's make it red. Let's make it red. Like this. Okay, so if we do manage to go above it and stay above it, then I will not close my trade, because then it will be just a fake out, another higher low, nothing else. And that would be perfect, actually. Yeah. So the reason right now to close my position is that we broke below this level, so I want to go above it. Also, we hope for the bullish engulfing candle in 5 minutes. Alright, let me see if you have some questions, suggestions, love comments, hate comments. No. Alright, I think that's probably it for Bitcoin right now. What I need to do now is just monitor, see what's happening. Maybe let's take a look at the RSI. What about RSI? What's happening with the RSI on the 15-minute? I'm trying to pay less and less attention to indicators, but maybe. Oh, wow! We have a bullish divergence, almost, or completely. So I just look. Sometimes you can switch to the line chart instead of candles like this, because this way it might be easier to spot divergences. You can recognize the lows a little bit easier. So look, if we compare, let me draw a little bit. Let me entertain ya. So if you compare this low and this low, you see that it's higher. We have a higher low on the price, but on the RSI it's the same or slightly lower. If it's not confirmed yet, it could just go down again further, but for confirmation we need RSI to go somewhere in this area, and then it's confirmed. Then this bullish divergence is confirmed. A divergence, I don't know if you know it, a divergence is if the oscillator indicator, like the RSI, the relative strength index, does the opposite of what the price is doing. So the price is creating a higher low, but the RSI is creating a lower low. That's a divergence. They disagree. And we have bullish and bearish divergence. So this might be a bullish divergence, but it's not confirmed yet. We need the RSI to see the RSI go up like this, then it's confirmed. Right now we're on the verge. And if you compare this low and this low, you see the same story. It's okay. In this case, it's not a divergence yet. It's almost a divergence, but looking quite good actually. So let me switch back to my candles. We have 2.5 minutes to go. Oh, we have 2.5 minutes to go, and I really do hope for a 15-minute engulfing candle. Let's see. Let's look at the 5-minute. What's about 5? Okay, the 5-minute is still okay. Okay, I think I will have my decision in 2 minutes, because I will see where the candle closes, and after this I will make a little analysis of what's happening with Ethereum, Cardano, VeChain, maybe BNB, a couple of altcoins. We will look at them, but first I want to this is important to me. Let's see if you have some comments, suggestions. If yes, let me know. Okay, let's see at market cipher. 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Oh, interesting. On markets liberated, the 3-minute histogram is going up as well. It's good. Yeah, but the VWAP is probably going down. Let's see. Maybe we can spot some divergences with the VWAP. We have no divergence. Almost a tiny bit of VWAP divergence right here, we might say. Here this low is higher, but this low is lower on the VWAP, this yellow line. So it's a little bit of divergence. Okay, what else? Let's go to 5 minutes. We have 12 seconds more to go. 12 seconds more to go on the 5 minute. Let's see. How do we close this candle? 1 second. Oh no, it was not an engulfing. We're going down. Probably. Most likely we're going down. But we can also be surprised if we... It's not always that we go down after we didn't print an engulfing candle. Sometimes they are divided. We have a couple of examples. Like right here, for example, we had right here we had a candle which was not engulfing. The previous was a red one. It didn't engulf, but it still went higher. And one of the reasons for that is, of course, that we had some resistance right here. It was bottom of the channel. But what about right now? Are we at some kind of important support and resistance level? Let me actually mark this level and look to the left if we can find some important support and resistance lines at this level. Let's look to the left on the 2-hour chart. Okay, not yet. Oh, actually, exact at this point, we have 1 week right here. A couple of weeks are in this. So we have a couple of weeks in this area on the 2-hour chart. And that's about it, I think. Also right here, a couple of wicks exacted this area on the 2 hour right here. So yeah, maybe this is important enough to keep us above it. So let me go back to 15 minutes. Let's see what's happening. So yeah, I hope this level is important enough so we don't go below it. Very interesting. Okay, so I will check Bitcoin later. Let's look at Ethereum, Cardano, and VeChain. Let's see if you have some comments. If you have some coins that you want me to check, write them in the comments. Some altcoins. Okay, so for now I leave Bitcoin alone. Leave Bitcoin alone. Let's look at Ethereum first. Wow, 2,600! Yeah! Yeah! 2,600 Ethereum. It is very good. It is very nice. You know, matter of fact, it's huge. 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 Well, maybe it was even to be expected because we broke the neck. We broke the neck like Busta Rhymes. What was the song? Break your neck, break your neck, break your neck, break your neck, break your neck. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Actually, Busta Rhymes took this line from Red Hot Chili Peppers, and he admitted it. He wanted something similar, and it just sounded very nice in this. I believe he admitted it. If I'm not mistaken, might be wrong, but I remember him talking about it. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Break your neck. So we broke this neck right here, this Busta Rhymes neck. It was a thick Busta Rhymes neck right here. Let me make it brown actually. I love this. Wait. Dark brown. I'm a huge fan. Yesterday I just heard a new song from him. It goes by the name Deep Thought. It was on YouTube, and he just talks about things that he struggled with, and the girl tries to comfort him. Super nice, super nice. Actually, let's make it black. Let's make it black. This is my Busta Rhymes Break Your Neck trend line. So the new song, the name of Busta Rhymes is Deep Thought, if I remember correctly, and it's awesome, this song. Okay, back to the topic. So on Ethereum we broke this neckline, right? 4 hour neckline, and for sure we're going up. So right now it's looking very good. And why did we stop at 2,600? Well, I think it's obvious. You don't have to be a super genius to see this level right here. We have two points of rejection at this area. So this is exactly where we were rejected again. So you see this one, right here, and if we look back to the left, we have closes right here, also in this area. On the left, of course, look, it's one of the super strong. I still didn't draw all my support and resistance lines because I want to do it today. It's in my to-do list, but wow, 2,600 is a super important level. So of course we make a little stop right here. Question is, will we break through it right away, or will we need some time? Well, so again, the most realistic scenario from now at this moment is some kind of retest at least before we break it up. Maybe we can even retest the 2300 levels. Probably there should be some other important levels. So we have this low right, swing low right here. This right here. Oh, this is, oh yeah, this is an important level. So we have this wick right here, this swing low. We have 2 wicks that almost go to this side, to this area. We can actually make it higher like this. We have the wicks right here, this wicks, and this area. Seems to be quite important. Let's see if we can find something else. No, that was it. So, alright. Okay, let's also put in this level. Somewhere around this area we will also have some rejection. And also let's acknowledge this high. Or okay, this is a weak support and resistance level because we have only this one little touch point right here. Let me make it thinner. Okay, this is round about our support and resistance levels. Is there something more important? This seems also to be an important level. Wick right here, right here, right here. Here a swing high. Okay, let's keep it in, and it's enough. So right now, what's quite realistic is just a retest at least of this level, 2500. So because it looked kind of important, we had this touch point right here, this touch point, and these 2 wicks. Also here a little tiny wick, and yeah, seems to be important levels. So at least what I expect Ethereum to do is just to retest these levels. And of course we also have our beautiful black trend line right here, which is also strong support. Should we go down and retest these levels, and if should we break it, we will probably bounce off of this black line. If you want to know the exact numbers, so we probably will bounce. If should we go down and correct a little bit, then we'll probably bounce off 2540, or at least from this black support line, which is about 2500. So 2500, 2550, this is our support area where we can expect support. But what about the market cipher and market liberator? What are they saying? So on the charts with the trend lines and the necklines and the W's, which is, I think you cannot oversee it, it's super obvious. So with all this laying before us, we know that we are going higher and probably gonna have a retest and go higher. So we know it. We don't need no indicators for this. No indicators. But anyway, let's take a look at market cipher and liberator. Maybe we can find even more information. And we are thick in the green. The momentum waves are way above 50, which is very often just continuing. So if you are below, if you are above the 60 on the momentum waves, very often we tend to stay in this area for some time before we go down. And so we are heavily in the green. You see, it's heavily in the green, not thick in the green, but heavily. Question is, are we turning around right now? Let's look at the previous all-time high. So the money flow is, let's compare the money flow. The money flow is slightly below our all-time high levels. Last time we went up this high, it was right here. It was 10 days before the all-time high. Before that, we also saw these levels, and it was on 3rd April, beginning of April, and after this we also went upwards. Yeah, very, very cool. But we can, it's totally possible that we have some retracement before that, some corrections, of course. Let's see, maybe we can find some other important trend lines which might be our resistance. Let's see, maybe we can connect a couple of these bad boys. So this level where we have been rejected, I'm quite sure that if we draw some trend line right here, it will slice through this area right here. So at this point where we just got rejected right here, I'm pretty sure we can find some trend lines that just smash through it. So the first one is very obvious, is this one. Okay, let me remove market size. So this is the obvious one. Just connect this high and this. Yeah, exactly. It's a rising channel. It's a huge rising channel. And I hope you can see it. Look, right here, this swing high. And by the way, I'm on the logarithmic scale. Let's see what happens if I switch it off. Oh, not much. It's basically it's very similar. We just redraw the lines like this. Yeah, it's almost the same. So, but on the logarithmic, it's more accurate. Looks more accurate to me. Why? Because look, if I switch off logarithmic chart, then no, it's no difference actually. No difference. Okay, so yeah, we have this crossing of resistance lines again, so it increases the chances that we will gonna retest these levels. Probably we can even open some shorts right now. Let's look into smaller time frames, like 15 minutes. Maybe we can even recognize some trend lines being broken on 15 minutes. Let's see. So let's see. Make it red. Oh, it's a very weak trend line actually. Yes, it has been broken. It's a trend line, but it's a very weak one. A strong trend line is if you see more volatility, something like this, then a touch point, like this, then a touch point, like this, you know, this would be stronger. But this is close to it and the touch points aren't even there. So, okay, maybe you could go with this one, then you have your touch points, one right here, one right here, but still it's okay. On the 5-minute chart it will be looking much more impressive, but still, you know. Okay, I don't see a huge trend line being broken right now. It's just a weak trend line. Maybe I keep it. Let me keep it just to have it. But right now we are forming a descending triangle right here. And let's look at the RSI. So every time I see some kind of pennant or flag formation, I try to look at RSI now, because what I see is if the RSI is going down like this, while the pennant going sideways or also down. After this we see a break to the upside. I saw it very often, but I'm observing it. Let's see. Looks like a skull fossil of a reptile, actually, or of a dinosaur, reptile dinosaur. So all I can come up with right now for a little short is this 5 minutes triangle, which already broke to the downside. Or you can say it's a ascending triangle. If you do it like this, right here. So probably we can open a little short scalp if we break this level to the downside. Somewhere around here we probably can scalp it, short it, because we have a weak trend line that has been broken, which is bearish. We broke it and now we're going sideways, and this is also a kind of bearish formation, because a descending channel is slightly more bearish than bullish. Why? Because we have this kind of neckline, which is like a door that you knock on, and the more often you knock on it, the more you try, the higher the probability that we break down. Okay, what would be the target of this short if we open it? What would be the height of it? It would be exactly the level that I said that we're probably gonna bounce off. At least, look, it's interesting. This is our support and resistance, and it's 2543. And does it look like we're breaking below it on a 5 minute? Or are we bouncing back up? So going back to the strategy that I was talking about earlier, if we were bullish at this point, we would try to open a long position right here at the bottom of this structure. But we are bearish. You see, it's just breaking down. What about market liberator? Is it bearish? Yeah, it's quite bearish. Money flow begins to go down. VWAP going below. The momentum waves are heading down, and the histogram is going down. So probably, maybe I'm gonna short it as well. Not sure yet. The stop loss would be right here, or maybe I just wait for these levels to I think a much better point to open a short would be around this area. Maybe I should put a limit short order right here. because it would be our support and resistance line. Yeah, it's a better choice. But right now I'm very hungry. I need to have my coffee and my breakfast. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it now or just watch it and do it later. Let's take a look at our Bitcoin. Oh, it has been I've been stopped out, so it went lower. So let's see. Did I actually lose or get some money? Okay, so I'm positive. Made a little bit of money, $11, and not too bad. Not too bad because I'm testing my strategies. Let me see if you have some comments. No. All right. Okay, let's take a brief look at Cardano. So on Ethereum, you know what's my point. Right now on Ethereum, on the bigger time scale, on a 4-hour, we see some potential resistance right here. We will probably retest these levels and go back up. And if we reach these levels again, then probably I will limit order a short. So that's it. Because on 5 minutes we have some descending channel. So maybe at this area would be a good time to open a short with a tight stop loss somewhere right here or above the pennant. Maybe the stop loss should be somewhere right here. Okay. No financial advice. It's just my opinion. Let's take a look at Cardano. On the 4-hour chart. All right. So on Cardano, on the 4-hour chart, we are in the green. We are thick in the green. Very nice. Everything is quite bullish on the 4-hour chart. On the market cipher, market liberator, all the oscillators are above the zero line, which is very bullish. And we have green money flow going in. But let me focus on my trend lines. Okay, so we broke this king trend line, which went on for 2 months. And after we break this kind of trend lines, it's almost guaranteed that we will go higher. So you saw first we went higher. Wait, let me remove all these. So after breaking this king trend line, we went higher. Then we went down. We were rejected by this area. And it was almost to be expected because... So, okay, why did we go down again at this level? It's almost to be expected because if you look to the left, it's a quite strong area of resistance. Let me draw a box, a resistance and support line box. Wait, let's make it like this. All right, so this area seems to be quite strong resistance. We already have touched this area right here, you see? So let's just draw a box somewhere around this area, and you will see touch point here, touch point here, a little bit congestion here, upper, you see, the candle bodies close exactly at this area. Here we have some wicks inside this box. If we go further to the left, we have all kinds of wicks inside this box. We go even further back, we have some, okay, around this area, also something here, 1 week, 2 weeks, and even before that we have some closing inside it or just right below it. And of course we have other areas which are also super important, like these wicks. They are super important, but I think it's quite obvious that this area is quite important here, especially recently, because recently we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 touch points recently. So it's almost to be expected that we saw some kind of rejection at $1.35 to $1.40. Also, maybe we have some pivot lines. This is a pivot line. It acted like a little support before, but now it acts like a resistance. This pink trend line. What else? Maybe there's another pivot line. This one. Yeah, kind of. Well, let me remove it. So anyways, Cardano, what's next? Like it's like always, we will retest the previous areas because we got some rejection right here. Also, Bitcoin looks like it's gonna retest some levels. Let's go down for a bit. So yeah, I think it's quite to be expected that we will retest some of these levels. Let's see what we can draw. So let me redraw some lines. I think this is this makes quite a bit of sense if we draw this line. So let me make this thin. Yeah, this makes quite a bit of sense. This line right here. So probably, so we have this support right, this touch points right here, and this touch point. So we can expect the price. We can expect Cardano to bounce off of this after the retest. So right now we get some rejections by this support and resistance box. Probably we will continue down to 130 or something and then bounce back up. Probably, if Bitcoin also bounces. So if from now on if Bitcoin goes at least sideways or goes down and rebounces, then Cardano will also go at least to this level and bounce at least here. But if Bitcoin goes lower than its previous lows, Cardano will probably also break this level. So if this level breaks, then the next support line would be somewhere around here. So if we break right here, then the previous support line, one of the support lines is right here, little support right here. It's also like a box that we can draw here. I have to take my time and draw all these resistance boxes, but this will be probably the area where we will bounce if we break this level. If we break $1.30, yeah, probably we're gonna retest $1.20 and even $1.19. And but our ultimate support, if Bitcoin decides to retest heavily and go down before going up again, if Bitcoin does that, then of course Cardano will do the same. I think it's obvious. Maybe Cardano will then reach our ultimate support line, which is let me first expand it. This King's support trend line. So this would be our ultimate support. If Cardano breaks right here, goes down, breaks these levels, break these levels. Why? Because Bitcoin is doing the same. And this is the last point. $1.07 is probably the worst we can get, or maybe $1.10. So my intuition tells me that even if we go to these levels, it will be a very short, maybe 1 to 2 hours, and then we will shoot up like this and do something like this again. I think that's the worst case. My current sentiment is quite bullish, so after a retest. But let's hope that we will not even have to go there, that we will just bounce from 130 if we retest and go back up and ultimately break this level. So if we regain this level, the level about this box will later be our support, and it's nice. It's very, very nice. So as soon as we break above this support box at $1.35 to $1.40, our next milestone will of course be $1.44, $45, and $1.50. Let me actually put it in here so we just know it. Why these levels? Because these are the previous highs, and most likely if we look to the left we will find some touch points right here. Touch point here, touch point here, here a couple of touch points, and here, so all over the place. So these areas seem to have some importance on Cardano. Okay, if you wanna leverage trade Cardano, what can you do now? Let's look at the 15-minute. So alright, on 15 minutes maybe we can short it because we got some rejection right here, and we already created a lower high on the 15-minute. You see a high and a lower high. So maybe we're gonna complete a double top like this and trade from this neckline. Looks like a frog to me. Frog. So looks like a bearish bullfrog, not bear frog. So if it breaks right here, we probably can short it. In this direction. So it would take us to 132 approximately. And exactly at 132 we have these support. and resistance lines. It's very interesting how these levels play together. And it's actually kind of this area. This is the area of potential strong resistance right here. So if we break somewhere right here, we would have some 2% move. Not bad for a little short, but of course we first want to see some break of these levels. Or we can use my strategy that I was talking about before. If you are really confident in this short movement, if you say, okay, we had some strong resistance box right here, we have many reasons to believe that we will go down, at least for a bit, retest. Then you could begin to open short trades at these levels. So, because if you connect these two tops like this, you probably can expect the price to bounce off this area and go down, something like this. So you would have a better entry than just having an entry right here. The stop loss should be at least here, or maybe here. Okay, let's see how much risk it would be if we open a trade right now. Oh, it's not much risk actually, it's 0.36%. So, alright, that's it for Cardano. The big picture is that we'll probably retest this trend line at 130. Hopefully not break it, but stay above it, bounce. If you want to leverage trade it, then yeah, we have this frog pattern, bearish frog pattern. You can either go with a limit short order right here with a super tight stop loss right here or right here, or you can wait for the breakout. Probably what I'm gonna do is put a limit order right here. Okay, so let's look at your comments, and maybe we can take last look at BNB before I close this live stream. So, okay, no comments yet. Then let's take a quick look at BNB. For our BNB. Yeah, and it's the same story. It's everywhere the same story. We broke above this king resistance line. Now we're heading higher, which was to be expected. Every time we hit this previous highs, we make some sort of stop right here. We make a break. Then we retrace. Then we try to break above it. And after we break above it, we make little pauses again at this same previous highs, just going the ladder up. And right now, wow, we broke above a super important trend line on BNB, super important neckline resistance. Wow, I love it because I love BNB and I have me some a little bit. So we had the neckline right here, a big fat neckline. Let me change the color to black, because a neckline is black, because you want to break the neck. So right here we had this neckline of this huge double bottom like pattern. Looks like a double bottom with a higher second bottom, and yeah, we broke above it. It's super bullish actually. It's very, very bullish. All we can hope right now for is that Bitcoin continues to go higher, because or at least go sideways. If Bitcoin continues higher, it will also retest and go higher. If Bitcoin just goes sideways very shallowly like this, then it will shoot up even higher, I think, because people will have time to invest in these coins, and you don't want to know where the target of this beautiful double top is. You don't want to know of this double bottom. The target is back at 450. Wow, that would be awesome. And it would actually, if we really hit it, we would even take out the previous big hurdle all-time local high, which is where the king started of beginning of June. If we can reclaim this level, then we also can call it a second double bottom. Look, with a higher lows. This is very cool. We have always we're creating higher lows on BNB. We break the neckline. Our next neckline is of course this one, because we have this touch points right here, 1, 2, 3, and after this is then we have this. Oh, sorry. Then we have this little neckline as well, and ultimately this one, of course. This is the ultimate one. Wow! If we can have a little retest right now, like this, and then go higher, it would be awesome. Question is, of course, if we go below this neckline again, and it wouldn't be as problematic actually, because if we go below this neckline, it doesn't mean that we are bearish again. It just means that we are retesting the lower levels, and we would have some big, very, very beautiful support at this area right here. If we just connect the bottoms, if we connect the buttocks, the glutes, let's make it red. So if we just connect these bottoms, we have a strong support line on the logarithmic scale. On the regular scale it would be a little bit lower, but I try to go with logarithmic. So even if we retest, if Bitcoin makes a retest and Ethereum makes a retest and altcoins go down, retrace, correct, and make a little retest, we will have this strong support line at around $327, 327 something, or 320 to $327 on BNB. So it's not bad at all. We will just probably will just bounce from it. If we don't, then we just bounce off the other important levels probably. At some point we will bounce and create another higher low. So for example, if we do something like this and then go higher, it's totally okay, absolutely okay then, because it's a higher low and we heading higher. Let me go to the daily real quick. So on the daily, I think I should redraw this line. Yeah, looks beautiful on the daily. Very good, very good. I love it. I love it. On the daily, the neckline has been broken even earlier, because this was the neckline on the daily, and it was broken, and we just going above, probably retest it right now. All good. Okay, looking very good. So what about Cardano? Let me go back to Cardano real quick on a 15-minute. So yeah, we just get rejected by this brown box and this levels. So what I'm gonna be doing is I will just wait for a touch of this upper line and probably set a limit short order with a tight stop loss right here above this wicks. That's probably what I'm gonna do. What about Bitcoin? Where are we right now on Bitcoin? Oh, it's not a good chart. Let me go to Bitfinex. Alright, much better. So previously I said that on Bitcoin we broke a 15-minute trend line, like so. So we're probably heading lower, and we also are creating kind of a double top. Let's go to 5 minutes. All right. So, do I short it? I'm asking myself right now if I should short the retest, because I expect a little retest on Bitcoin of these levels, at least 40,700. But the problem is we already have been rejected. So okay, it's a good question to ask right now. Do I short it right now already, or do I wait for some type of structure to appear? So we have this trend line, it was broken. We have you can even call it some kind of maybe a rising wedge or something. Okay, like this. Initially we went down, but then we bounced off this level, the previous channel support, channel top, which is now acting a little bit like a support. We bounced off of it twice already, or thrice actually. So maybe it's a good idea to wait for this level to be reached and then open a limit short, hoping for a retest. Let's see. Okay, this is the level I'm gonna watch, and okay, now I need to have my breakfast. Let me see if we have some comments, suggestions, or right. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. If there's something important, I will have a live stream later. But for now, thanks for watching. See you soon.